What's up, guys, and welcome back to another 4-0 Gaming Grandmaster Nightfall video. Today we're going to be going over the Tree of Probabilities Nightfall, which is the last one that you should need for the Conqueror seal. This one is by far one of the hardest ones. It gave my team a little bit of trouble, and I'm going to go over the areas where we struggled the most. We did come up with some great techniques to get through this, and I'm definitely going to touch all of those little areas in this video so you can get through with your team and get that Conqueror seal. So we're going to jump right into it right now. I hope this video helps you out, and yep, let's go. All right, let's get started. So this week we have Barrier and Overload champions. I ran Divinity, so I was able to stop Overload. My other two teammates that were running Izanagi's Burden, they ran Traveler's Judgment with anti-barrier sidearms. So they were able to knock out the arc shields and get those barriers. Typically, I run Breakneck if it's just overloads and barriers, but I wasn't getting the range that I needed to kill the ads when we were traversing the Infinite Forest, so I decided to use Randy's this week. You could run any scout rifle or any other gun that you could use that would give you increased range, but I just felt like the scout rifle worked for me, and that's what I used, and I found great success with it. There are also, in addition to arc shields, void shields, so Hammerhead worked really well for me this week. And my other two teammates, they ran swords, they ran steel sibyls, so that we pretty much had the arc and the void shields covered. As far as armor was concerned, we just had solar resistance on this week because there is increased solar damage. So I had that on my helmet and my chest. And my other armor pieces, I just ran the same builds that I've been running the past few weeks. Everything to help me get charges of light and proc that protective light when I take damage. You will need it this week because there's a lot of close battles there at the end in the boss rooms, and that protective light is going to save your life a ton. Alright guys, so you're going to want to take your time in the Infinite Forest part until you get to here. The reason you want to take your time is because you're not going to have any champions in the Infinite Forest and the ads are going to be at distance. So just take your time and get here with as many lives as possible. We managed to get here with 4 lives and we popped a well as soon as we got up here, and we just continued to take the ads out at range. The last thing you want to do is jump down in this area where all the ads are spawning in and let them kill you because you're going to need those lives for the end. There are 2 waves of ads here, so you just want to fight through them as quickly as possible. You can see the second wave just spawned in and take them out. Once you've cleared all the ads, I broke away to the right. I did this to kind of draw aggro away from the champions, away from my teammates. They're going to go ahead and pop a well up here, and once they've signaled that they've dropped that well, I'm going to hit them. They're going to take out that champion as quickly as possible. Because they are in the well, they get that damage stack. I wait for them to reload here, and then they let me know when they're ready to go again. And I'm going to go ahead and hit these champions and knock them out. In this second part, you're going to want to jump up on the ledges. We tried doing this from down below, and we didn't really find it as helpful. This hobgoblin can sometimes spawn up to the right. In this instance, he actually jumped down. Either way, you can get him from here. So we're going to go ahead and get that first hobgoblin out and clear the rest of the ads. And then there is a big barrier down to the left there. We went ahead and took him out as quickly as possible. In that well, it's so easy to just hit the divinity, get the damage buff from the well, and take those champions down. Once you get up in this next part, you're just going to want to clear these ads. That way they're not shooting at you when the champion comes out. In this case, our champion was hiding a little bit, so we had to throw some nades up there and get him flushed out. Once we got this guy flushed out, we went ahead and popped the well and took him down just like normal. Easy peasy. So we've made it into the final room, guys. That last little part leading up to this isn't too much trouble as long as you kind of just take your time and chill. This is definitely one of the hardest parts right here. So what we did is we dropped a well right at the boss's foot right here, and I threw a couple nades in, hit him with the divinity, and my teammates just went up with the swords and slashed away. Right now is going to be the best time to do this with the swords because at the end of the season, the sword mod that gives you the extra damage is going to go away. Once we sent the boss away, I shot a tether off here. It just kind of stuns the ads for a second, keeps them all grouped up while we can reset, drop a well. You're going to want to target that overload immediately, and then after that, you just want to clear ads. The barriers take a little bit longer to get up. This is where I popped my heavy. Let my teammates know that we had a barrier behind us. We hit him as quickly as possible. You can see that protective light kept me alive there. You can see the sheltered by the void buff. Finished off the ads, and next thing you know, we just have one champion left. We left that champion up for a while we were able to build supers again, collect ammo, and then we got a finish on him and moved on to the next area. It's extremely important you let your supers build up in that last room before coming to this next area, because as soon as you pass that threshold, the ads start to spawn in. So we put a couple shots on the boss just to send him back. We drop the well. There's a barrier that spawns into the right in front of us. We need to locate that as quickly as possible and get him out of the way. Then it's just general ad clearing. We did focus the hobgoblin up to the left immediately after that. And then the next thing you want to do is just get all the ads off of you and then find the overload that's hiding in that room. He does appear right up here to the right, so we're going to take him down. Once he's gone, all you have to do is just kill the rest of the ads, and that's pretty much it for the middle room. This room makes or breaks the strike for you. If you cannot make it through this room, you're pretty much done. The next room where you fight the boss in the final phase is the easiest part of it, so getting through this part was what our groups struggled the most with. Once we got through there, we were good to go. Again, before you move into this last room, you want to make sure that everybody in your team has their super built up, because the last thing you want to do is go in there and not have your supers when you need them most. As soon as you pass that threshold, though, that's when everything starts to happen. So immediately, I'm going to figure out where the boss is, shoot a tether down. That's just going to slow him down, keep any ads. We got the well dropped, and you can see we just start unloading Izanagis into him. You do want to avoid his stop mechanic, which I didn't do a great job of here. You can see it sent me back, but luckily my teammates were able to finish the kill, and that was the last strike that we needed to get our Conqueror title. So that wraps up my Grandmaster Nightfall build for this week. I hope you guys found it helpful, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If there's any questions you have or anything that I didn't touch base on, go ahead and leave a comment, and we'll get back to you and let you know exactly what we did. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.
Of the Cabal invasion are trapped inside the Infinite Forest, locked in a combat loop. On the off chance one of them escapes, possibly armed with world-breaking Vex tech,
wouldn't be the first time. We'll handle this. Guardian down. The geometric data I'm reading from this architecture, It's subtly shifting, like reality trying to decide on a version it likes.
In the forest, time itself is in flux.
I don't like it.
Osiris says he's the protector of the forest. But as far as the Vanguard is concerned, this is your territory. Good hunting.
Looks like the Vex are trying to re-establish control of the forest.
They can try. This forest is mine now.
The Vanguard would disagree.
I didn't ask them.
While you were fighting, I was thinking of a way over that ramp, so I simulated your sparrow. It's good to go. I can't tell these Cabal apart from the real thing.
What's the difference? Vex simulations can kill. These copies have the same goal as their counterparts. Find a future where the Legion wins the Red War.
So, where's this Valis?
Wait for it.
The Vex just turned up their security measures, trying to flush us out of here. They've activated more lasers.
It's hard not to admire the artistry.
It's really not.
You were here in spirit. I was